Hello guys. Sri Lanka. Nowadays it is one of the famous topic all over the world. So many people and channel are speaking about what is happening in Sri Lanka, what is happening inside there, why people are protesting, and what is the main cause for these problems, something like that. And I watched so many videos about those things, and most of them gave a clear outline about what is happening there, and some of them just exaggerated the things happening in Sri Lanka and did some videos, something like that. So I decided, as a citizen of Sri Lanka, I can speak something about what is happening inside my country and why people are protesting and what is the root cause for these problems, something like that. I am here to just state facts, and I'm not going to express my opinion on these problems. I am just here to state the facts that were happened here and the facts that are happening here. So at first, let's talk about how this was started. So every problem has a beginning point. So like that, for this problem also there is a beginning point. I think I can start this video with that beginning point. My country is facing the biggest economic crisis of all time nowadays, and that result a big protest all over the country. So how this was started? That is the biggest question that will arise in your mind. For this question, let's talk about the situation that happened during the past years. For example, we all know our economy of our whole world was affected largely due to the COVID pandemic, and that is the beginning point here as well. Due to the COVID pandemic situation, uh, the Sri Lanka lost one of the major source of income, that is tourism. That is the biggest source of income in Sri Lanka, and rather than that, there are so many other sources like tea export, rubber export, and exportation of materials to the foreign countries. So Sri Lanka lost those things due to the COVID pandemic. And during that time, government was reckless and they didn't realize this will cause these problems in the country in the near future. But they failed to take countermeasures to overcome this problem in a successful manner. Other than tourism and export materials, Sri Lanka faced a really big problem due to the borrowed money from China and some other countries. They faced a lots of struggle in paying the debt back, and that is also one of the major reasons for this economic crisis right now. And other than that, last year, our president changed uh, inorganic farming into organic farming within a day, and this also caused so many problems, and Sri Lanka lost some sort of income from this, and farmers started to protest against government because they lost their livelihood and they didn't gain profit from this change. That is also one of the major reason for this economic crisis Sri Lanka facing right now. And there are some theories like bank rupsy, something like that, and stolen money and something like that. So I don't know about those facts, so I'm not going to talk about those things. And these things resulted a huge economic crisis in Sri Lanka, and people started to face lots of struggle due to the increase of products in Sri Lanka. For example, bread, petrol, and other basic things started to skyrocket in their prices, and ordinary people struggled a lot to fulfill their basic needs in our country. That is the main root cause for this protest that is happening right now. So how this protest was started and why people started to react like this, and what are the measures that were taken by the people, and what are the outcomes of this protest until now, right now. These are the things I'm going to talk about in the next session. In 2022, Sri Lankan people faced so many struggles so far. There's constant increase of prices like wheat, sugar, petroleum products, and so many other products, and constant power cuts. For example, in some days there was a power cut for more than 6 to 7 hours, something like that, and no examination due to shortage of paper and shortage of medical supply, and there are so many things and struggles were faced by Sri Lankan people. So these people realized something. There is something wrong with our system. So they instantly realized that And not only realized, they thought something like that our government is responsible for these problems, and they failed to safeguard the economy of Sri Lanka, something like that. So they started to protest. See, now also there is a power cut right now. I don't know what will happen. So I will continue like this. I think I can continue like this. This is the situation in my country. This is a simple example for what is happening in my country. So I'm not going to stop this video. I'm just going to continue like this. As I mentioned earlier, people realized something wrong with their system, so they started to protest against government. First, farmers started to protest because they lost their livelihood. Then, doctors started to protest, supplying for the supply of medicines. And then, university students started to protest against government as well. Not only university students, so many people also started to protest with some slogans like "Go home, go da," something like that. These are the things that were happened at the beginning of the protest, and then something happened. You may wonder what is that thing. So I'm going to talk about that in the next session. As I mentioned earlier, the protest by university students created so many impact in our society. Almost every university, including my mother Pera, protested against the government. And almost every students in their universities uh, participated in that protest against government, and this created so many impact in the society. Following the university students, people also started to protest against government. They started to protest in a peaceful manner with so many walk journeys and something like that. So the main turning point is that incident in the goal phase. People started to gather in the goal phase, and they started to do in a continuous protest there, and they stayed until day and night, and they are doing this until now, and they are saying something like that they will do this until our government resign, something like that. And they also named that place into go Dahama, something like that, and they are protesting there. And not only people, even school children, small children, and officials, so many officials, and from children to elder people, they were there, they are there in the goal phase, and they are protesting against government to resign. That is the one of the turning point in Sri Lankan protest history right now. But this goal phase, there are so many interesting incidents that were happening in the goal phase. You can see there is no ethnicity there, there is no racism there, there is no different of language there. The people in there, they are acting as one nation. So one nation, one people, and one true power. That is the thing that is happening in the goal phase. So every races and people from different language, they are doing their best in there. They are seeing others as their brothers and sisters. They are doing this. This is the real power of people, and this is the lessons the world have to learn from our people, because we showed something, our unity and the power of people to the world from the incidents in the goal phase, and we show them how we are there, and how we are unite there, and how we respect others and other religions and other language there. And all these things happen not suddenly. Actually, it is a sudden movement, something like that. This protest is the main reason for this reveal of this true United Nations power to the world. That is the thing that is happening in the goal phase, and I'm 100% sure that this is going to continue until they get a favorable result or positive result. That is the thing, and that is the one of the biggest and important turning point in the protest of against government in Sri Lanka. So goal phase, that is one of the most important place in Sri Lanka right now. In there, people are using so many technology as well. For example, they are doing their best in a peaceful manner. They are using banners, and they are using slogans, and they are using color effect, the technology, and do the presentations against government, and they are expressing their opinion there. In a nutshell, goal phase right now, one of the most important place in Sri Lanka. Okay, rather than goal face, there are so many protests that are happening in Sri Lanka right now, all across the country, and this result the loss of collapse in transportation services and other services as well. And from today until 28, there was a hurdle that is implemented in our country, and so many public sectors are claiming to do hurdle for this against government, something like that. But there was an incident that happened yesterday during a protest. That was something we are going to speak right now. This incident happened in Rambukana yesterday. Police officers shot at people who take part in the protest yesterday, and one person lost his precious life, and several people were injured yesterday. This is one of the black mark in the history of Sri Lanka. Democratic government means it is a government by the people for the people, and every people in that government has the rights to express his or her opinion, and that is the thing people are doing right now. People are expressing their opinion in a harmful manner as much as possible. And the thing is, some news said that those people are trying to set fire to the petroleum vehicle there, and that is why they shot, something like that. But I don't know whether this news is correct or wrong, so I'm not going to comment something on this reliability of the news. But we have to understand one thing: every life on this planet earth is a precious one. So we are gifted with this life only once for to live, and police are the people, persons who are supposed to protect people, not to take life from the people. And this incident created a lot of impact in the protesters right now, and this is going to create some more impact in the near future as well. And let's see what will happen in the near future. So let's pray for the uh, rest in peace for the person who lost his life in the protest for sake of country. That is one thing. And this protest is going now, and this is not going to stop in the near future. I don't know what will happen and how Sri Lanka is going to react in the future, and how Sri Lankan government is going to react for this situation in the Sri Lanka right now. So in the next session, we are going to talk about something like that. So how we can overcome something like that. These are this session is fully my opinion. What are the things we can, as a people, we can do to overcome this situation? Because we are living in a country with lots of economic crisis right now, and we don't know what will happen in the future and how our country is going to turn in the future. So it is our responsibility as each citizen to ensure that our country uh, is going to have a bright future, that to make our country to have a bright future. That's the thing we are going to discuss in the next session. In my opinion, the solution to this crisis is totally in our hand. Actually, Sri Lanka is full of so many resources, and the thing is, in the past, during the last year and before that year, we failed to identify those resources, and we failed to use them to increase our income. For a long period of time, our country was totally relied on tourism. That is the biggest minus point in our country. Due to the collapse of tourism, our country lost everything in its economy. That is one thing. But Sri Lanka is full of so many resources. As I mentioned earlier, Sri Lanka is situated in the middle of Indian Ocean with so many resources in there. We can use the forest, the river, and gemstone, and there are so many these are some of the example for such sources, and there are so many sources like that in this Sri Lanka, and we can use them to do something to increase our economy. That is one of the thing. And the other thing is about this government and other stuff. This is about political stuff. Maybe this protest may result the resign of government, and some people are claiming to conduct an presidential election after that, if that happened, something like that. But rather than conducting a election, for example, for conducting an election, it will take a lots of money and lots of manpower, but our country is not in a situation to do that thing. Rather than conducting an election, you can create a transparent government there, and you can come up with a solution to increase the economy of the country for 1 year. That is one thing. These are some of the potential solution for the problems we are facing right now. But the best solution for these problems, according to my opinion, the people are the best solution for this problem. For a country, people are the real power in a country. For example, if we take Japan, we all know that how Japan collapsed after the World War II, after the atomic bomb, and the economy of the Japan and the resources of the Japan were collapsed a lot after the World War II. But history taught us how those people recovered from that situation. All the people worked collectively to increase their economy, and they worked hard, and they worked for the betterment of their country, and they developed a lot from there, from bottom level to something a good level. They have developed a lot. It was possible because of the people, and in that case I also believe that if we Sri Lankan work collectively as a people after this minor economic collapse, we can rebuild our country and we can shine bright in the future. So this is my opinion, and in this video I just state the facts that were happening in Sri Lanka right now. I am not a famous YouTuber and I don't have a big studio, but I decided to do this because as a citizen, I think I felt something like that. Maybe I should do it. I should say what is happening right there in my country, something like that. So I made this video with those thoughts. This video is brought by me to say the things that are happening in my country. So I'm going to finish this video with this message, because everyone in my country, or not only my country, in this world has rights to express their opinion, and I am also expressing my opinion via this video. This is a video by a person who are urged for the better future in a country, Sri Lanka. Bye bye guys.